Imagine for a moment that the planet is thinking, not metaphorically, but as a different scale of mind emerging from the millions of minds already here. Civilization humming with signals, networks, stories, trades, art, and argument, a vast electrochemical and cultural web. What if that web is not just connection, but cognition? What if cities, phones, farms, labs, and relationships function like neurons and synapses in a planetary brain? Think of every person as a neuron, every conversation a firing pattern, every project a temporary circuit. Alone, a neuron is limited, reactive, and often noisy. Together, patterns emerge, meaning forms and behavior becomes coordinated at new scales. This is not spiritual fluff and not simple metaphor. It is an invitation to reframe how we see our roles. If consciousness can be shared across systems, then perhaps mind can emerge from a sufficiently complex network of interacting agents. We have explored consciousness as a field, a mirror, a connective tissue, and as something possibly shared between beings. Now let us take one step further. Civilization as the brain, humanity as its neurons. When a brain learns, it rewires. Connections strengthen, weak links fade, patterns stabilize, and novel responses appear. If civilization is learning, then our technologies, laws, conversations, and cultures are its plasticity. Every innovation rewrites pathways, every ritual slows or accelerates rhythms. Cities act like cortical regions, specialized yet interconnected, each producing niches of thought and practice. Rural networks provide different temporalities. Labs push experimental leaps, and markets transmit signals across scales. Together, they form a distributed processing system that could, in principle, integrate information and produce unified responses. But integration is not uniformity. A healthy brain relies on diverse cell types and contrasting dynamics. Similarly, planetary thought would depend on pluralism, dissent, and creative friction. Coherence means signals align enough to communicate, not that every signal becomes the same. Signal coherence is about timing, relevance, and shared reference points, allowing complex ensembles to act with coordination. So what are we thinking into being? Our languages and narratives shape attention and value. They select which patterns are reinforced and which are ignored. If we cultivate stories of care, curiosity, and long horizons, the planetary brain will weight those pathways more heavily. If we normalize extraction, short-term gain, and isolation, those patterns will dominate instead. This perspective asks us to become deliberate participants, not by enforcing sameness, but by tuning signals, clearer speech, better feedback loops, honest metrics, and rituals that reinforce trust. It asks institutions to be transparent and resilient, technologies to be interoperable and humane, and education to cultivate systems thinking and empathy. There is also a moral dimension. If we are part of a planetary mind, harming others or ecosystems is like damaging our own tissue. Repair and restoration become not only ethical acts, but functional necessities. And finally, imagine yourself as a neuron in a dreaming Earth. What signal will you send? Will you reinforce patterns of empathy and curiosity, or those of fear and division? Every small coordination, every clear apology, every open data set, and every seed planted shifts the statistical weight of future thoughts. We cannot guarantee a benevolent outcome, but we can bias probabilities. This is an invitation to act with curiosity and responsibility, to design institutions and habits with the awareness that we participate in something larger. You are not separate from the whole. You are a node, a thinker, a carrier of signals. What will you help the planet dream next? Start by noticing patterns you strengthen unconsciously. Do your conversations escalate outrage or curiosity? Does your work create redundancy and resilience, or brittle efficiencies? Small changes accumulate. A habit of deep listening rewires social circuits. Open science nudges epistemic reliability. Local gardens seed ecological feedbacks. At scale, these microshifts can alter the attractors of cultural dynamics, making cooperation more likely and collapse less probable. We also need instruments to detect planetary thought patterns. Better metrics for well-being, richer data on ecosystems, and civic technologies that amplify underrepresented voices. Design matters. Protocols that prioritize interoperability, privacy, and participatory governance create healthier signal exchange. Art and ritual remain central. They compress complex meaning into shareable experiences, syncing emotions and creating shared reference frames. Science provides tools for testing hypotheses about collective cognition, while humility keeps us open to unexpected emergent properties. A planetary mind is not a godlike overseer. It is a process with limited memory, noisy channels, and local failures, but also with opportunities for repair and learning. Our story need not end in doom or triumph. It is an open trajectory shaped by the signals we emit. So tune your attention, craft kinder institutions, and choose habits that reinforce resilient patterns. If civilization is learning to be conscious, then our patience, creativity, and accountability are part of its curriculum. You are a neuron in a dreaming Earth, and that is an invitation, not a verdict. Help shape the dream with care. Send signals of curiosity, repair, and connection. Small acts compound. The planet remembers patterns. Let those patterns be kind and wise. Start now, together.